Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 We're on text number 2 of chapter 18, entitled Conclusion, the Perfection of Renunciation. Remember, this is a class format. Please repeat. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Kamyanam karmanam nyasang.
Kamyanam karmanam nyasam.
Sanyasang kavayo vidu.
Sannyasam kavayo vidu.
Sarvakarma phalatyagam.
Sarvakarma phalatyagam.
Prahustyagam vichakshana.
Prahustyagam vichakshana.
Synonyms, please repeat. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said,
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said,
Kamyanam,
Kamyanam
with desire,
with desire.
Karmanam,
Karmanam
of activities,
of activity.
Nyasam,
Nyasam
renunciation,
renunciation.
Sanyasam,
Sannyasam
the renounced order of life,
the renounced order of life.
Kavaya,
Kavaya
the learned,
the learned.
Vidu,
Vidu
know,
no.
Sarva,
Sarva
of all,
of all.
Karma,
Karma
activities,
activities.
Phala,
Phala
of results,
of results.
Tyagam,
Tyagam
renunciation,
renunciation.
Prahu,
Rahu
call, Tyagam,
Tyagam
renunciation, Vichakshana,
Vichakshana
the experience.
the experience.
So before we go to the translation, that means I have you. That's my success. So this first word, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Srila Prabhupada makes it a point that that's significant. That Vyasadeva, in writing the Mahabharata, which this Bhagavad-Gītā comes from, does not say Krishna Uvacha, because Vyasadeva wants to make sure that the reader understands clearly that this is not just some ordinary person speaking, as many people think, as Krishna himself says in the 9th chapter, fools deride me when I come in the human form. Because as Kunti Devi brings out, I was talking about this last night, Kunti Devi says, Krishna, to the foolish observer, you're not understood properly. And they misunderstand because it looks like you appear like an ordinary human being. And even in the words of the sages of Naimisharanya headed by Shonaka, that the Lord came and played. He was masked. His real identity was masked. Why? Because he behaved like an ordinary human being. And thus Kunti says, my Lord, your pastimes are bewildering because of that fact. So Vyasadeva wants to make sure that the reader, hey, pay attention here. This is God speaking. And notice how Prabhupada translates the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, there are lots of gods, but this is the Supreme God. As Bhagavad-Gītā, Krishna himself says, Mattak parataram nanyat. There is no God superior to me. Asamardva. There's no one equal to Krishna. There's no one greater than Krishna. So that's the person who's speaking Bhagavad-Gītā. All right, let's do the translation. Kindly repeat. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said,
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said,
the giving up of activities
the giving up of activities
that are based on material desire
that are based on material desire
is what great learned men
is what great learned men
call the renounced order of life,
call the renounced order of life,
sannyas,
sannyas,
and giving up the results of all activities
and giving up the result of all activities
is what the wise call
is what the wise call
Renunciation.
Renunciation.
Tyaga.
Tyaga.
Before we go to the purport, notice the phrase was used material desire, not just desire. Because we are not Buddhists. The Buddhist philosophy is kill desire. But that's impossible. Because you're a soul. And soul has to have desire. There's no such thing as a soul without desire. Yes, material inanimate objects, they don't have desire. So that's why it said material desire. Because there is actual, true, transcendental desire. In the words of Lord Chaitanya, what is his desire? Lord Chaitanya's desire is, please endow me with pure devotional service. After he says in his Shikshastakam, na danang, na janam, na sundaring, because these are the things most people want. Money, popularity, sense gratification, position, importance, right? You see it in the temple. They have to be the first one up front. We've seen it all the time. Or I have to have the mic at all times. Yes, even in the field of religion, it comes into play. Profit, fame, adoration, distinction, subtle sex life. Lord Chaitanya says, no, 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 no. But, he does say, but give me unmotivated devotional service at your feet. And later on, in that final chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya says, give me the salary of ecstatic love. You're not going to go to your boss on, Monday. Boss, I don't want money. I just want ecstatic love for you. Unless you're the boss, you would love to hear that. That your workers would say, oh, you don't have to pay us. We just want to love you. Oh, I am the best boss. But you're not going to do that because you need that money because this is the material world. So Lord Chaitanya says, you give me the salary of ecstatic love for Krishna. So desire has to be there because we're living soul. So the question is, what is the nature of your desire? Is it separate from Krishna? Is it something selfish? Is it something material? Or is your desire, as some of you said, for my first question, that you're the eternal servant? Some of you said that we're Krishna's eternal servant. We're part and parcel. So the desire should be, which is the meaning of the Maha Mantra, O energy of God, O God, please engage me in your service. But how do most people pray? God, please engage in my service. Give me this. Give me that. Give me, give me, give me, give me. I worship you, God, as long as you give me. You don't give me, then I'm going to somebody else. That's not devotion. That's business. That's like the stock market. Oh, I lost so much money on that. I will change. So they go from one God to another. But Lord Chaitanya, his final Shikshastakam, what does he say? Yes, whether you embrace me or you kick me away, I'm not going away. I am still your servant unconditionally. That's pure devotional service. That's pure desire. Material desire, that you see everywhere you go in Orange County. All right, now we will study the purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. The performance of activities for results has to be given up. This is the instruction of Bhagavad-Gītā. That was stated in chapter 6, the yoga system. We learned that already. Giving up the results of activities. That was already established. But activities leading to advanced spiritual knowledge are not to be given up. This will be made clear in the next verses. In the Vedic literature, there are many prescriptions of methods for performing sacrifice for some particular purpose. There are certain sacrifices to perform to attain a good son or to attain elevation to higher planets. But sacrifices promoted by desires should be stopped. Those of you who have studied the second canto of Srimad Bhagavata, Shukadeva Goswami gives a whole list to Maharaj Parikshit. You want this, you worship this God. You want power, worship this. You want conquer over your enemies, worship this. But after giving the whole list, he says, but those who are beyond this, what do they want? They want devotional service. Akama sarvakama va moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti that special word, bhakti yogena. Yes, Shukadev then says to Parikshit, all right, you're full of desires? Doesn't matter. Oh, you think you're liberated, you have no desire? That's okay. And you're a devotee, you're without any material desire? Still, in all three cases, Tivrena Bhakti Yogena, you worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead by Bhakti Yoga. But the key word is Tivrena, very strong, powerful, forceful. That kind of devotional service. Like Kunti says towards the end of her prayers to Krishna, as the Ganges forever flows, let my love and devotion be to you unobstructed. I once saw a film about Gangotri, and they showed in the film how the Ganga is coming out like anything. Very, very strong, powerful. And I remembered, oh, that's what Kunti is referring to. Unobstructed, like that. After all, before Ganga agreed to come to earth, she told Bhagirath, wait a second, I'm going to come, I'm so powerful, I could probably split the earth. I don't want to go down to the lower regions. So who is going to break my fall? Bhagirath said, no problema. Bhagavan, Rudra, Shiva, Shambhu, he will break your fall. And so that Ganges water came on the head of Lord Shiva. There were other conditions that Ganga gave. She also said, wait a second, if I come, sinful persons are going to bathe in my waters and they're going to leave behind their sinful reactions. After some time, I'm going to be full of all these sinful reactions. What about me? Bhagirath said, no problem. When the great devotees come and bathe in your waters, they will neutralize the effects. And there was a third thing, but I can't remember what that third thing was. Anyway, everybody chant the Hare Krishna mantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama.
I see a hand raised. What's the hand? You have a hand? Oh, okay. All right, so now